Sixth grade students, it's Miss Holt in the library, and today I want to chat with you for a couple minutes about using a database. So, what is a database? It's really just a digital collection of information. Kind of think about how the library is a place where you can find a lot of different books on many different topics. A database is a little bit like that, except in a digital format. What makes it different than just going to Google and looking up information is that we consider databases to be more reliable than just Google. We all know that anybody can publish information to the web, and we have to go in and use that crap test to verify any websites we use. Well, a database basically already has the information verified for us. It's information that comes out of published books or published newspapers and magazines. So someone kind of collects all of those articles and puts them in one place for us to be able to use. Today, we're going to use the database called Explora, and this is a great database to use when you're researching information about current topics. They have a lot of different magazine and newspaper articles, as well as some book articles. The best way to find it is to go through the library media website. So a lot of you guys already kind of know how to access this, but you'll start at the Walden Middle School site. Then you'll go to About Our School, Media Center, and then there's the Research tab. Okay, so About Our School, Media Center, and Research. And when you click on that, I have a little table here with different types of databases. We're going to use Explora. There's two versions, the kids version and the teens version. The kids version is just a little easier to read, but you're not going to find as much information. So we're going to go ahead and start with the teen version. Feel free to use either one of them. They both basically look the same. When you get to this page, guys, this is kind of the most difficult thing. You have to either click the Explora button, the logo button, or the button that says Go to Explora. Okay, if your neighbor forgets this and they get stuck, remind them they have to click on the button to actually open the database. I've already logged in, but it will ask you for your login information. It'll have just a little box that says library card or access card number. It's S and your number, S and your student number. All together will get you into the database. Okay, the other big thing you need to remember about using a database is that you cannot search for an entire question. Okay, so what you need to do is think about your research question and then pull out the most important keywords. For instance, should cell phones be allowed in schools? We don't need to type in that whole question. Instead, type in the most important words like cell phones. And then it actually is probably going to give you some suggested topics to look. So in school or in the classroom, here's an interesting topic. If cell phones should be allowed to be used by drivers in a car. I'm going to go back to the school one, though. Okay, so you can see I got almost 2,000 different articles, 1,987. If I want to narrow this down a little bit more, I can go over here to the left-hand side, and I can narrow the articles that I found by date. So if I only want the most current articles, I can narrow it down. I can also narrow it down by types of articles and the Lexile range, which means reading level. So if I'm kind of confused about an article, I want to narrow the reading level down, I can, the smaller the number, the easier it is to read. So when you guys look through the results here, take a look at the title, but also take a look at this little sentence underneath, because it gives you a description about what the article is about. So this one says it presents two opposing viewpoints about whether cell phones should be allowed. This article is a debate between two children about whether cell phones should be allowed. So look and see if it's something that you think could be useful for your topic. This one is the point of view of several teachers. Okay, so pick which one you think might fit your topic the best. And then you have a couple different ways you can open it. You can do the full text HTML, which basically just kind of puts it into words in an article. One thing this is nice is you can click this button and it'll read it out loud to you. So if you want to choose that option, it will read it out loud. You can also pick the PDF text. This means it shows it exactly how it would appear in a magazine or a newspaper article. So this one is going to have more of the infographics and maybe some photographs and things like that. If you find that easier to read, then you can use that option. Okay. And then a couple other things I want to point out, guys, as you're reading through these. If this is something that you want to save because you want to come back later and access this article again, on the right-hand side, you have some tools over here. You can email the article to yourself, and then it'll appear in your email box. You can save it directly to your Google Drive. You will need to connect with your Google Drive, so it'll ask for you to sign in, and then it should save it and put it in a folder in your Google Drive. You could print it if you needed to do that. You could also email it to a friend if you guys are doing similar research projects and you want to share the information that you're finding. The only reason I'm showing you these tools on the right-hand side is it's sometimes really helpful to save articles that you find. So if you don't have time to finish reading and taking notes over one article today, you can come back another day and be able to quickly access it in your email or your Google Drive without coming back and opening Explora again. Okay, so those were just a couple tips on how to access Explora, and then also how to open the articles and make sure that you can save it. So one more time, because this is really the trickiest part, you're going to go to About Our School, Media Center, and Research page. Then you're going to click on Explora Kids or Teens, and then you're going to need to open the logo. Click the logo in order to open it, and you should be good to go. And if you have trouble finding information, please feel free to message me on Teams or to email me, and I'll be happy to help you try to find some resources about your topic.